because I just feel like events are something that are either not used very much or, to be perfectly honest, used sort of kind of, I mean, incorrect, and not as people aren't getting the oh my gosh, come on, brain. They're not getting like the maximum amount of they're not getting out of events what they could get out of them if they kind of had a better game plan for them. They seem to set them up and then hope that they work on their own, and it's like one notification to see this thing, and then they don't really follow up with people. So anyway, so it's kind of fun. Okay. So if, oh, good, you hit record. Perfect. Okay. So let's talk about that. So what I want you to think about for each one of you, I want you to think about events, meaning an actual event on a Facebook page. Ryan, tell me if you would be okay with this or have a quick minute to go ahead and share screen, show our events, show how we invite people, how many posts we do a day, inviting other people. So as she's showing you that, are you okay with that, Ryan? Give me a thumbs up if you are. Cool. Okay. You need to have some sort of fun theme or added value. Like luckily with food, there's always like cooking shows, you know, like those kind of things. But you need to have some added value, okay, or a theme with it. So think about that just a little bit with regards to some of the things that you talked about. Now, I don't think you need more than one a month. So I'm not suggesting, you know, we're making these weekly themes. I'm not suggesting you do these every week. I don't think that would go over well. But I'll just let Brianna show you what she does, and then I'll kind of fill in with anything that else, like other tips I might add.
I was trying to figure out how to unmute myself while I was screen sharing. So there we have it. So, and this, what Michelle is talking about is separate from your parties. So for those of us that do parties and events on our business page, this is not that. And nor is it setting up an event for every time you go live. I know that I hear some paparazzi do and don't do that. And when you have an event like this, the purpose of an event is to build up excitement and interaction before the event. So just to create an event for the sake of, you know, hoping that someone gets it on their notifications for an event on Facebook is really not the purpose of an event. So we're not encouraging you to do that either. And so with the event then, Michelle always has these awesome images made, and then we give a little bit of detail about what the event is about. We always ask a question with a gift, so what your January biz usually looks like, let them know why do they want to come. And for tomorrow's webinar, we talked about January being the time for new beginnings, not only in health and wellness, but for your business. Many wait till New Year's Day to set resolutions, but why wait? We wanted to help you jumpstart your January now before the holidays begin. So you need to let them know, give them an idea of why they would want to join. Okay, and you definitely don't want to wait until after January to get your January business going. And we hope all of you have some kind of business already on that calendar. When is the event? And then for those that are using ManyChat, to be able to send out a reminder when we're live, we have that in there also. That is the about section. And this is the part that is a little bit tricky for people that might not be used to you doing events. Then they don't know where to come and find the conversation, which is the discussion tab. And so this is where we have been posting things for a while, since the beginning, trying to get interaction with people, starting with even letting them know about turning on their notifications. I know I have shared my UBAM version of this before in a different weekend camp event, showing them how to be able to do that, giving them a call to action though. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a thing. Usually on that I say say all when you've turned them on. I'm not sure what I did there. I have the turn on in capital letters with the little emoji. Where are you going live from? I'm just trying to ask questions about where they might be finding new customers. And so we have got 29 people that have commented on that. And all of the people that comment and give a reaction and emoji to these questions in here, because it's on our business page. So we've got people that have already liked our business page. We always try to go in here. Here's another one that I can go in and invite. So remember, any reactions you want to invite to your page, but we're just trying to get conversation. What's the first date of your first event booked for January? So people are letting us know that. And so you would want to be asking questions about what it is that your topic is going to be. And so like if you're UVAM, you might be offering, you know, an event on, well, certainly gearing up to summertime, that's for sure. But also, even as I think about it now, it's not too early to start thinking about kindergarten screening. You know, you could be offering an event for families now, Aziz, for those that are going to do that kindergarten screening. In our town, it generally happens over Easter break. They don't have the kindergartners in school go to school at the first part of that week. We always get off Monday, Thursday, and Good Friday, and so they do kindergarten screening on those days. So you could offer an added value event on, oh my gosh, you know, is your first one going to kindergarten? Is your last one going to kindergarten? You know, what is that like? You can start creating some posts with emotions about that. But then also just give them some tips on preparing for kindergarten screening. That doesn't mean you're going to get on there and you're going to sell them every white clean book you have. You might possibly get a sale by adding value to that. Norwex, you know, you're going to be offering spring cleaning. That's going to be coming up. And what are those places that, you know, you might not even think about cleaning once a year, let alone twice a year or regularly at all? How many parties would you like to close in January? Another question I ask, how quickly does a lead become a customer? So you would be asking questions in your event here that are leading up to that topic. And then you do have the opportunity at the top of the event to invite up to 500 people at the event. And that is under the share button right here. So you can invite friends, you could share it in Messenger, and you can share it as a post. And so this is what Michelle was saying, you can invite up to 500 people.
Did you happen to show them how to invite likes and message comments?
I just showed them how to invite the likes to the page. And so when you're doing it as your business page, then we have the opportunity here to be able to message people as our business page. And we've talked about this, but we want to keep reiterating, which is this message button will turn to grayscale in 7 days. And so any chance you have to be able to message people as your business page, okay, take advantage of that. You know, we talked about this in QQ last night. Compliment, congratulate, empathize, you know, depending on what's appropriate with what they responded. I always thank them. You know, Tracy's one of the comments right here 6 hours ago. Okay, you know, thank you so much, you know, for commenting on her post. And she had said nay about the referral program. Again, we're talking about unique ways to find customers. And there are some people that will do a little bit of an incentive if they refer new customers to you. If they A, buy, if they B, book, or if they C, join. They might have different levels of rewards that they offer. And so messaging them so that you then have them in your messenger. And for those that are working with ManyChat, they then are in your audience. It's a very easy way to build people, getting them into your audience with ManyChat is when they respond back to the message. It's not just you messaging them. You must ask a question so that they respond back. And again, it's not a hand raising kind of a question. Okay, it's got to be something that you can give them options where they're going to respond back to. Now, the other thing that Michelle talked about in the live on Monday is creating a post where you can have that message button. I just typed a couple letters there to see. In this event, here we don't have the opportunity to add that button to respond in Messenger. But I believe when you create the event from the get-go, that you would have, and I usually click it, so I'm not sure why it doesn't show up on our posts actually, Michelle, but usually it asks, allow people to reply in Messenger, and we check yes on that. But I kind of thought that maybe that would have started showing up on these posts here, but I actually don't see that. But you want to start it, so just like when I would ask for ages and interest of books and stuff like that with you, Bam, you definitely want to start having conversations with your people before the party even begins. Like with Ruby Ribbon, I want to get them my fit form, I want to get them sized, find out what they might need, so that during the live party, I'm talking about what they want to hear about, not what my favorites are. If you only talk about your favorites, that might not be their favorites and you might not get any sales. You definitely want to try and, that's in the case of a party, you know, but even in the case of an added value event, you can offer them tips and tricks and hacks on what their needs are by asking them some of those kinds of engagement questions ahead of time. Y'all see the recording? I thought I could have sworn I hit it. I just don't see what I'm sharing, maybe.
It's recording. I see it. It's up in the top left-hand corner. It's just kind of hard to see. It's over top of things, but it is pulsing. You can barely see the little pulsing thing in the top left-hand corner. Can you see it now?
Now that I stopped sharing, yes. So this, Deanna's asking, so if this isn't related to the events for parties, then what type of events would this be for? So added value. So like I say, getting ready for kindergarten. It could be getting ready for, you know, summer reading at home. It could be
traveling for sure.
Pardon me?
Traveling, keeping them entertained, homework.
Right,
tips.
exactly, yes, yep. You know, for paparazzi, we're going to be changing seasons, and so one of the things I always talk with my Papa sisters about in Question Queen is, you know, I really feel like it's your responsibility to find out what are the upcoming colors and trends in necklines, and fashion, so that when you are going to be recommending, you know, accessories for people to accessorize their outfits with, that you know what those colors and trends are going to be, so you are that expert. And that could mean you are in Maurice's going live and you're just interviewing the manager on the floor quick. Like, show me what's new for spring. My community wants to know. There's no reason why you can't do that. You know, you know, Tracy or Jen said she's going over to where the bobbleheads are with the dusting mitt or something like that. You know, where could you go that might be a cleaning nightmare that you could maybe, you know, like one of my pet peeves, I just had a cleaning lady start last week. One of my pet peeves is, you know, the cold air returns behind the doors, those white vents or whatever color they are, those vent things, they must be clean. Who thinks about that? A lot of people don't think about that, but you've got that cool wand that they can get those wiped off. You know, so, you know, kind of a spring clean kind of a checklist in their mind. And it's not that you're selling them all the products, but when they hear all of the things that they could do that can help with allergens and whatnot, then they're going to want your products. Same thing with going into prom season for the makeup people. You know, the prom, well, I feel like weddings are all the time, but absolutely prom is going to be coming up before we know it. And, you know, finding out, you know, what are the popular trends with prom dresses, styles and colors coming up, so that you can help them have the greatest, you know, I know Michelle talks about the smoky eye, but whatever it might be for prom girls, you know, girls that are attending prom, to be able to be, you know, looking their best, or way to have a natural look, you know, less is more with makeup, you know, being able to have that natural look with, you know, little product as well would be great, like, you know, for Avon and whatever other makeup people might be joining us on the replay.
Okay, events, and then see, did you talk about how they can invite 500 friends? I think you did.
I just was showing them the invite button. Yep.
It is so powerful to get your friends from your profile over to your business page with events. This is crazy powerful. Okay, now I don't want you to have your hostesses invite 500 people. This is not the exact same thing as a party. Okay, this is for you to get your people from one place to another. Do you kind of see the difference there? Do you see what I'm saying? This is very much about repeat sales. And then How much did you talk about having them invite the people you invite, having them invite friends, kind of bribeing?
Didn't touch on that.
So it's such an effective way to reconnect with your customers, connect with friends who maybe have watched, commented, but haven't bought, and to get them to bring their friends along. Do you see what I'm saying? It's just, it's multi-purpose. It's just like, it's an awesome opportunity. Okay, you with me on that? Make sense?
Is there any company on here that doesn't have an idea of what you might do an event for? Tammy, Pamper Chef, can you think of one too? I mean, obviously healthy eating going into the new year is going to be huge.
Healthy eating, I was thinking Easter's coming up, Valentine's Day.
Yep, absolutely. And even snacks, you know, because a lot of people, you know, in the new year when they're talking about their different eating food plans and such, you know, there's that very trite saying, you know, you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And
Right.
so we're, you know, we don't have a healthy snack with if we don't work outside of the home, or I work in the home. If I don't have the right things in the pantry, then I'm, you know, I'm going to, you know, these things here, I could eat a bag of these. I mean, I just warmed up my soup, but I could eat a bag of these with a Diet Coke because they're so good. See, Charlie likes them too, right, Charlie? I mean, you know, so if I don't have, you know, the light cheese sticks from Hy-Vee, which are 50 calories instead of 90 calories, if I don't have little mini carrot sticks or that kind of a thing, you know, but even tips on, you know, what are great values of things that they could prepare and have, like if we had Tupperware on here, have them in their containers or whatever, because we don't want them using all the Ziploc bags, right? Norwex people. And so how they could have their snacks ready to go and take with them and keep them cool and eat healthy at the same time. You know, so that would be another thing that you could do an added value event on, you know, how to make a bag of carrots go a super long way because you can do this, that, and the other with them. Those would be great things.
Right.
What else is up there? Yeah, we don't have either of our Papa sisters on now, but they can hear some of our ideas on the replay also.
I'm sure we'll do it again on Friday.
Now, you BAM ladies, you got Valentine's Day coming up. And so there are really cute templates and ideas for Valentine's, for example, with your paper airplane book. You know, Valentine, I'd love to soar high with you. I know that there are, you know, they can make their own Valentines, but they can do it with your product also.
Yeah.
So is this something that we could repurpose? I know Popcorn Day, Granola Bar Day, and Peanut Butter Day are all kind of in the same week, and so I was going to do a healthy snack week.
Exactly.
In January, I could repurpose these posts and do an event on healthy snacking in February.
You can repurpose it and have it be in a party. Deanna is really, really good at notes on your Facebook business page. You can take what you offer in a live video and put it in a note, which looks really super cool, like a blog post. And you can have that as part of it. Can be a freebie when people comment for something. It's all about repurposing in all the ways. In all the ways.
Does anyone need a quick tutorial on how to make a note, how cool a note is, things you can do in a note? Have you used, who's used notes? Raise your hand if you've used notes. We need a tutorial.
I have.
Brianna, do you want to do a tutorial?
I think Deanna should show hers if she's willing, Michelle.
That'd be awesome.
Are you willing to share your screen and do that? Because I have used Deanna's page in Question Queen, Michelle. So
I can. I haven't done one in probably a couple of months.
but if you show some of the ideas of what you have, that might help Michelle.
All right, let's see.
You can find your share button there.
Yeah, I had to maximize my other screen. Let me go to my Facebook page first, so you don't see everything else. Share. Why is it not coming up here? Got a blank page right now. There we go. Minimize that. Move my picture because it's all on the right hand side, and I need to get over there for my link.
And then you have to move us out of the way.
Yeah, I did.
Everybody can see. Now you may or may not, Michelle, have notes turned on your business page. It would be under your settings. It doesn't just automatically pop up along the left-hand side menu, folks. You do kind of like reviews. You also would want to have reviews turned on, for example.
I don't know why my computer is being so slow right now. Grab some of these other.
Zoom always makes it go slow. That's part of it. It's just eating the battery.
And my two girls that are home today are probably they're probably on their devices also, so, which isn't going to help anything either. All right. So, my notes. Scrolling over there. There we go.
Do y'all see her picture of her story on the right-hand side? She has her kids all on the couch propped up with books there. Adorable.
I made them pose for that.
It's still super cute though. You know, that's free real estate on your business page if you don't have that done. We talked about that last night too.
Being super slow. All right, this is the one probably that I liked the best, was this last one that I did in August. But I've got 10 or 12 of them. But I hit the wrong button there. So you just click on the banner there. And this one was going back to school. So I just found some stuff on Pinterest or whatever, included some links. This one, there's a link here to, don't remember where it goes, but it talks about how to set them up for success for the school year. And then I also have product links if they relate on the bottom. And I also linked it to within my own page where I have screenshots of the various school help books that we have, so they can go through and have easy access to the books that are available to help their child with whatever school subject they need help with.
So think about the live videos that Michelle was talking about before and about the sticky notes here. Basically, you can take your sticky notes and put them down on a note like this. And Deanna, show them how when you right click on the note, you'll get a link you can share. You just right click on one of them. It says copy link address. She can take that, she can pop, you can make, especially Norwex, you can make evergreen notes on the mop, on the window cloth, which I am in love with the window cloth. I mean, you can have evergreen notes that you come and take and you pop into parties then.
Yep, I took this back to school success one and shared it in one of my parties, beginning of September or the end of August, one of the two.
So it's a great way to make you look like a blogger. They look incredible, and it's free on Facebook, and it keeps them on Facebook.
Your notes are beautiful. They look really great, Deanna.
So this one had a little craft in it.
Mm-hmm. Told you she's really good at it, Michelle.
So another little craft.
You want to kind of show them how you put the image off to the left or the right and then the text next to it and then embed the videos? Because what you've done here, like you had to learn how to do this. It's not hard though when you know how to click, what to click, right? But
I have to go into edit. It's in the editing phase. So when you're on the picture, you can do left, center, or right. When it's in center, it's going to be a bigger picture. But I wanted to add a little bit of variety to the notes, and so I put them off center a little bit, and then the text automatically goes to the other side. You can also add captions.
You can do bold type and italicize, right?
Yep, then these I made before that was available. Some of that. But I don't know. And then I've got different, this one I included some activity links. And these I happen to find, because I subscribe to, it's the Usborne weekend activities or something like that that comes from London. And so I just took some of the information off of there and plugged it into the notes. And
awesome job.
so now where do I find the button to
did
stop?
you know how to show them how to left align and right align those photos?
You did, yep.
Okay, cool. Sorry.
So there's center, there's left, right, and center, and then when the text automatically goes to the other side of the photo.
So like for you, Bam,
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, for you, Bam, having one that is on the reading library, for example, your most expensive item, but also your most versatile, that can be passed down from children to children, would be a very good one to have created on. And like for Norwex, you know, the mop, Pampered Chef, Tammy, I don't know if you've done one on either A, stoneware, or B, the rock crocks, or the cookware. And I know the cookware has changed over the years, but those are evergreen ones that can just stay there, and you can just pop them up on your page from time to time as well. I mean, they're stored under the notes tab, but you can have them be, you know, as you're looking at posting and creating your 5-day series, you can circulate these things through and use them, as long as your company doesn't change what you're offering.
Well, and the nice thing about those notes is even if like they add another style, another shape, you have all things dinosaurs, they add a new dinosaur book or retire one. If you got and then did you show how to hyperlink the text so then you can quickly go and order stuff?
I didn't.
But you had a link in there.
Yeah, and I don't remember exactly how I did it. I know you right click on the link and you copy it and then you bring it over to your page.
Yeah, I think it just shows up blue then. Yep.
Super cool. And Pampered Chef, you can literally, like, you go to your website, so the link is connected, you know, to your name, not the corporate one. You go to a recipe, you can highlight the whole recipe, pop it in a note. All those little pieces that are hyperlinked that go to the products, they clicked on them, it goes back to your website to order them. It is like flipping cool. It is so cool. I mean,
Michelle, what's the difference between then the notes and the reviews, as you just mentioned? or maybe Ryan mentioned.
The reviews your customers write.
Yeah, you don't have any control over reviews.
Okay.
You can turn them on or off, but your customers will write those for you. And
Oh, reviews.
if we're, at the end of a party, just part of your hostess coaching would be great to have in that. I love working with you so much, and would always love your feedback, and ask them to put a review on your business page is always a great idea. There's just always so much to remember. Of course, we could add that to the automation, Michelle.
Yeah. Yeah, and these, you do have to understand, we are flooding you with ideas over 5 hours. Please, realize we know you're not all going to go do all these things in 48 hours. The whole idea is you take these and you try to implement as many as you can by the end of January, right? And like I said, the events is a one-time thing, and maybe add one note a week. And then by the time you get through the end of the year, you're got these 50 amazing notes, and your page has now even better credibility. And somebody asked, what are good books for boys age 8 through 10? And you're got a note done on that. You send it to them, there's a video and list of books, and it looks awesome. And they're wow, look at her, she's on it. It's just, do you see what I'm saying? It's one of those things, if you'll just commit to it, and just, okay, every Monday at 8 p.m. after my kids go to bed, I'm going to do a note, or, it's a habit. You know what I mean? If you look at it as an elephant, then you're never going to start. One bite at a time. So, makes sense? Okay. Alrighty. Okay, so let's make sure every company has an event idea. Let's start with Norwex. What kind of events are you thinking of doing?
Well, Rihanna gave me a great one of doing the spring cleaning at this point and doing events coming up into that.
Awesome.
So that was her idea for me. So thank you.
Jen, what do you think?
Actually, I got a springboard for doing something that I know is coming up for me fairly soon. That it has to do with my sewing. Basically, people getting ready to purchase those formal gowns, getting ready to do a lot of wedding season stuff, having a note on what they can do ahead of time to make that experience go well. And the fact that most bridal shops will not let you take your measurements with you, but if you come see me, I'll be happy to do that for you. And then you will probably come back to me for your alterations and probably do a better job than having it sit at the bridal shop. So that's what I'm thinking.
Nice. I got to tell you, where we bought Emily's prom dress last spring, they were all booked out for alterations. So you could still buy a dress, but nobody there could fix it.
Yep.
Nor did they have any names to refer us to beyond that. Thank goodness we have a good family friend here in town that was able to do it. But, that was after we had, made, the decision to go ahead with it and stuff. So you're pretty much in. But then oh, by the way, I can't take the 6 inches off the bottom.
Right.
That's really nice.
I cannot tell you the number of times I have brides and other formal event people calling me with the 10 days or less to get their thing done. And I don't do rush jobs. I've made that, that is like in your face policy on everything that I put out there, because I that's too much stress for me if something doesn't go right on plan with whatever schedule I have.
Mm-hmm.
So giving people a lot of time to get that taken care of ahead of time, that's a bonus win-win for everyone. So
good for you.
Yeah, I've done a couple things mini chat rush jobs for people. Oh my gosh, it's come back and bit me. I totally respect what you're saying, Jen. It is. It's we try to be accommodating, and I'm listening to a book right now, Hug Your Customer. Mm-hmm. But there's some things if there's a chance they're going to be more mad than happy, you just have to You're going to be so much happier if you just patiently wait. And I can't imagine having a rush job on a dress and them not being happy with it. Like, this is supposed to be once in a lifetime thing for me. It's not anymore, but in theory,
Yeah, but while my daughter was trying on dresses, because I didn't make her dress, that was going to be too much detail for me. There was a gal who was also at the same fitting, or should say showing, and she was getting married that Saturday and was trying to buy one of those off the rack deals. And she we were talking about the alterations possibilities. I said, I can't do that for you in 2 days. I just can't. But she was serious about asking me to do it. I'm like, no. You're going to have to find another dress. So it happens frequently.
Oh, I'm sure. I can imagine. And somebody who loves last minute things and is good at it probably makes a killing doing it, because you can pretty much charge whatever you wanted. But if that's not your mojo, that's not your mojo. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
What would be cool is you find another person who loves like the adrenaline rush of that kind of crap, and you keep part of the commission because you're like contracting them and bringing them in and ship the business over to her.
I do have colleagues that I refer to. There's a little pool of us that I'm confident about their work. However, we all have this knowledge of what's real and what's not. And only one of them does rush jobs. And she's like me. If it's a week or less, I won't do it. When it comes to anything formal wear. So, but yeah, that would be a good idea too.
Just say, because the person who's willing to do rush jobs may not be the most organized person to get her own jobs. It may be a win-win situation. Just saying. Okay. All right. So let's go on to Tammy. Let's talk about an event for you.
Let's see. I was going to do the healthy snacks.
Okay.
And, we have the popcorn maker. We have the granola bar maker. You can make peanut butter in the new deluxe cooking blender. And I looked there. I have a couple other things. So, but I thought for the event I could focus on, what I have for my 5-day series in January, and kind of repurpose that a little bit.
I love it. There's so many cool things you can do with popcorn and, all those things. So what do you want to call it that's kind of catchy?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
I'm not feeling real catchy today.
I'm just thinking she needs to go into Canva and use those little moving stickers and have popcorn popping, Michelle.
Oh,
banner.
That's a good idea.
Oh my gosh, I just think those are so cute. All of it's so cute. Yeah.
Have you guys seen that? How you make your image like moving with the Canva? You want to show them, Mariana? They're getting more and more and more. What do they call them? They're not stickers. They're called.
Well, they have a variety of things because they have the videos also. Let me back out to the home part here. We're getting on a tangent, you guys. Let me go back here so I can share the screen. Okay. So if you noticed in the event that we shared a few minutes ago for this week coming up, so the one where it's right here. So this is one of their little video deals from a template that they have, okay? And so that is one. This was one that we did right here, just using templates that they have in Canva itself. And, oh wait, I didn't mean, no, I don't want to replace that. There we go. I better stop that. Hang on just a second. Let's go out to where they're fresh and new so you can just see some new ones. So it's called animated social media. That's part of it, but then there's also moving stickers. The animated social media are templates that Canva have put together. And so do you see how this is blinking here at you? And so I had actually gone in and I made a version of this for myself for Ruby Ribbon, and it says, all I want for Christmas is a cami. And so I just used the text that was there and changed it. And so with these, I will tell you, they change these templates. And so if there's something you like, you want to come in and grab it and have it in your Canva at least so you can alter it in the future, because there are some here now that are not there any longer, that they've been replaced. So like the one that we use of Michelle for the webinar, for example, it's not there. I have made several of these as thank you posts for purchase. They're really fun and they're eye-catching as well. But you can also go ahead and create a design, and we'll just and let's see, I didn't want to do that size. Hang on, sorry, my phone was ringing. I wanted to turn it off. Here, let me just pick this here. So I could take this design that I made here for this book fair, and I could click on elements. And I was going to say I should see the stickers.
That is, you have 2.0. Sometimes if this see it says,
Oh, this isn't, sorry, yep, this is an old template, so
yeah,
I can't,
you have to use
yep.
a fresh template.
Yep, you are exactly right.
I like happen to remember that by chance because that
Yep.
I've like had that issue.
Okay, let's just go social media. Okay, so we're over here, and now we're going to be in the new Canva. All right, so when you're in that, let's just give it a background quick. We're going to grab this because we've been using this for Michelle for her stuff. And then if I go back to elements, and if I click on see all, so you could add something like this. That's a busy background, but I just want to show you how you can add one of their stickers there, or it could be 'tis the season. Now I could take 'tis the season and I could go back to elements and I could grab a shape and I can move that shape behind. And now you can read 'tis the season on that. You see how it's kind of moving a little bit? The rectangle needs to be a little bit bigger, I think, to be able to see that. And then if I wanted to, I could go ahead and for the festive ones, let's see. Oh, there, I used a, here. See how this wreath here is jiggling now? So even that little bit of video amount is adding to your reach more video than even just a regular post. It's a very small little bit that can make a difference. So you can add all kinds of things. But we did one for paparazzi, and there are gold earrings that move ever so slightly. It was stinking adorable. It was just so cute, so fun. But yes, you're right. You have to be in the new Canva to do that, not with an old template. So little tangent there.
Ring that sits and bops like this.
Yeah. So many fun things you can do. And you can type in and search for something specifically.
Yes. And movement catches the eye. It's important to have that. Yep. Okay. All right. Tracy, what are you going to do for an event?
I thought I'd take something off the national calendar, which is the winter skin relief.
Nice. Okay. And what kind of things you're going to talk about in that?
Well, like we've got a lip gloss, but it's got actual oils in it to help you moisturise your lips. So like in the winter, obviously your lips are cracked quite bad.
Uh-huh.
So I was going to talk about the lip gloss that we've got with the extra oils in it to help that, and then like moisturiser to keep your skin moisturised in the winter.
Love it. Super smart. Yep. And then one of the other things you can do, not just to bribe people to get there, that have, who do you know? Who do you know who's complained about dry skin in the winter? Who do you know who, you know what I mean? Those kind of things. That's an important thing to do also in your business.
Like, who do you know who's a nurse? Because they're washing their hands constantly.
Mm-hmm. Yep, exactly. Okay, I love it. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, is UBM last for events?
I think so, because no paparazzi are back.
Okay, what event you want to do, ladies?
Would doing I did a little bit of looking, and there's a it is the Read Aloud Revival is doing the 31-day Read Aloud challenge. Would that be something to do? Something that would be a good event?
I sure think so, because you're giving them ideas
Yeah.
and encouraging them.
Right, and I was thinking, like it could include, like the tips from the Read Aloud Handbook, you know, the books, you know, in different places in the house,
Right.
Different types of reading material.
You could be such a guru that you refer them to the Read Aloud Revival podcast. By the way, Michelle Withers is having a podcast, y'all. Okay? Yeah. But that, you know, giving them resources that is not directly related to your company shows that you care about all of them, you know, and not just selling the item. But
So
Sarah McKenzie's, you know, podcast is super good too.
I have a question. So would you just recommend that they sign up on there and use their tracker, and then if you were going to do some kind of a reward with it, just have them
Screenshot. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. No one's going to keep track of two things.
Right.
Let alone one, right? We know that. When we would do challenges and have people send their points into us, right, Michelle? It's like, okay, got one job a week. Let's do it. We're adults. Yeah, I would totally do that.
Okay.
And I think it's, you know, and I think in there too, you could even have a post asking, you know, what motivates your child?
Oh, that's good.
You know, so it could be, you know, it could be, you know, extra screen time. It could be, you know, out for a treat. You know, just to find out what motivates their child. And I think speak to that, because we're all motivated differently. You know, there's the joke about sending someone to their room if they absolutely love to read and there's books in there is no punishment, because they're going right where they want to be, you know. So for that child, you know, taking away the book and you know, turning off the power to the room so they can't read or whatever, that would be a true punishment. But I think having some conversations about what motivates your child when you're doing that kind of a incentive is a good point too.
Right.
What do you think, Deanna?
That sounds good. I've been thinking about trying to figure out some sort of reading challenge or for New Year's resolution type thing.
Yeah, I would definitely use what they have created and then piggyback on that and provide that as a resource for sure. And we are in the middle of the school year, so you do need to keep in mind that in some respects, as you know, teachers set that, you know, like they're like, you need to have so many points or so many pages or whatever. And so, you know, be sure to say that your kids are probably already doing some of this already with their schoolwork. And so why not piggyback on it and turn in your minutes and such to Read Aloud, Revival, and, participate that way. Kind of like double dipping.
One of the things that I thought of on that, going along with the double dipping thing, is they might be reading already, but not reading aloud. And so take the reading they're already doing and have them read aloud, and talk
Right.
about why reading aloud is important as opposed to just reading silently.
And in your event, one of your daily posts could be, finding a video that maybe Sarah Mackenzie has done and starting it at a certain point. You don't need to start a video at the very beginning, but you could start a video at a certain point where she speaks to a point that you might want to be touching on. Could do that also. Would get more video in there. Look for her on Facebook, of course.
So I found it.
Yep. Have you ever paid to be in her program, Sherry?
I haven't. I've read a few of her things, but I haven't.
Yeah, and my kids were, too far, not too far gone, but just, too old by the time I, learned about her and stuff. And of course, the Read Aloud Family Handbook is utterly amazing for any young family. It's incredible. So I would be sure to lift that up as well. Good.
All right. So I have 15 minutes left for just Q&A. I can undo this product. I need more questions. I need an event name. I need some ideas for this live. What can we do for you?
I know we had talked at one of the past engagement camps about doing challenges, like drinking water, or cleaning up your spices. Is that still something that's a viable?
And I think you could do those in events. And if you are a ManyChat user, it's great to send those reminders to do those things for ManyChat.
Ah, awesome. Thank you.
Can I just ask something as well? When I have 5-day series in the week, do we have to show, like, I know we're meant to be talking about a product, like, every day?
A minimum of 5 days a week.
All right. So I'm running out of ideas. It's like, I've got my live down, I've got a picture that I want to do with a question, and then I'll do tips as well around that product.
What was the last part of your question? Sorry.
I'm just running out of ideas what to put, so I've got like 2 more days to sort of like fill out. So I'm just doing this bit here, sort of thing.
And
I've
what's
got,
the name again?
So I've got down, like, I'll do a live, and then I've got a picture with a question. And I've got down that I can do tips around that one product.
No, so every single day there's a question. Every day there's a tip question.
Right, okay.
So, like if you're doing dry skin, you might focus on hands, and then legs, and then face, and then lips.
Oh, right, okay.
Okay, does that make sense? So that's how you stretch it out over 5 days.
Michelle, are you doing some of your Norwex parties on Squee? I know like Melanie up in Canada is.
I am not doing any more Squee parties.
Okay.
I think Facebook, if I'm learning a different route to go about using Facebook, it might be more beneficial to go that route than Squee.
Well, there's 2 billion people on Facebook, so yeah. I just was going to say when we were talking about repurposing earlier that I know we had a client of Michelle's recently who there was someone that wanted to participate but wasn't on Facebook, but
Right.
very smartly she downloaded her live demo and uploaded it to YouTube and could send that customer a YouTube link so she could still participate and could still go right to the website. So I just was gonna, for others that might be using that platform, you can download what you do on Facebook, have it originate there, and then upload it to YouTube and share that as well.
Yeah, and I have not actually really done any, like I said, I haven't really done any videos yet, and even knowing how to upload it to YouTube would be something that I need to learn as well going down the road if needed. But if I can do it in Facebook Live, I don't really see the point. So
Right. Well, and downloading them is a matter of going back in and editing the video, which is where you can also add the text. Are you familiar with how to do that?
no,
Do you want me to show you that real quick?
sure, if we have time.
I think we do. Let me see what screen I have to hold up. Hang on a second. Never know. Oh, I've got Feliz Navidad. So if we go to one of Michelle's here. And then let me come back to the Zoom real quick and share the screen. So if we go to videos, and this would be on your own business page. If we go to videos and then here's a short one. Let me pause for a second. Okay, so do you see the 3 dots up here in the top right, everybody? Okay, those 3 dots give you the ability to go in and download right there. Do you see where it says download the video? Okay, why is this one not giving me the option to edit it, Michelle? Should give me the 3 little dots where we can go into edit mode. I don't think I know we haven't done that on this one yet. Let's look for a different one. Hang on a second. Those are all. Just pick another one here. There we go. Do you see where it says edit video here? I'm not sure why that prior one didn't have that, but when you go into edit mode, along the right side over here is subtitles and captions. So we'll give this the oh my goodness. And so if you click on the subtitles and captions, select your language, English, and then if you click auto generate, oh, I don't know why it's telling us that. Normally, neither of these 2 are very good examples, Michelle, but normally you can click auto generate and it will just do it for you. I'm not sure why it's giving that goofy option there, but.
That's super weird. Well, it's a really long video. Sometimes it's easier to do a shorter one.
Yeah, I tried to do that other one and it didn't even give us that edit option, which was kind of bizarro as well. No, that's not going to work. That's a.
So are these just your live videos, or were these ones that you've done in YouTube, just to clarify?
No, you don't do them in YouTube. You've either done a live or uploaded it.
Got it.
Okay, so this one is going to give us the option to. I don't have to spell it correctly. Not waiting to get my nails trimmed on Thursday. So auto generated, and then right here, that pencil, and then it's starting to write them for her here. And then you can go in and fix any typos or anything like that as well. So that's how you would go in and add your captions. One of the things, Michelle, and that, oh, I think it's still playing back there. One of the things that Michelle and I heard at a conference earlier this year was having captions without every single letter being correct is better than no captions at all for all the people that watch at work or whatever. But again, some of them can be really, 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 really long. And to go back in and to do that editing is extremely tedious. So. Who else has a burning question, right? Tammy, I sure hope you get to feeling better before Christmas with your bronchitis. Shoot.
Bronchitis is the worst.
Oofda.
The worst. Y'all want to see something fun? Brianna hasn't even seen this. She's gonna like fall over.
Oh, you got it back already?
It's just a sample one.
Good. Oh, good.
Because I decided, I was like, can you print one out before I make this investment?
Mm-hmm.
And I did find something that was missing in here that I hadn't edited before it's officially printed.
Oh, you got to zoom in and show us the page. Come on. Show us inside one page.
Okay, so this is our little consistency book. And when I really, really sat down and thought about this, there were 3 areas that I felt like were really important. So here's kind of where you set some goals, but then you have, can you see this? So it's,
Not quite focusing.
Come on, camera. This says growing your audience. This says engaging your audience. And this one's closing your audience, meaning sales, parties, whatnot. And so it's a daily checkoff list of things you've done. So you're holding yourself accountable that you're doing all 3 areas. And there's enough for a whole year. One, like, you know, this is a week. So there's enough for a whole year. And then your messaging blocks, you get points for, oh, come on, why won't it focus? Come on, camera. My other camera used to focus in really well on stuff like this, but it died on me. So like you get points for initial touch, bridge question. You get points for following the question tree system. And so then you total your points and you see how you're doing on that. And then you set goals every week and you total how many points that you got. And so there's a section for engage, again, the find, it's not the find, it's, what did I call that? Find your brain part. Grow your audience, engage your audience, and close your audience. And then you have like tally sheets. You're like, okay, I have this many total friends. I have this many total likes, like a running total. And then you also have a section to put people's names that you need to follow up with. And there's a section both for potential customers and past customers, or current customers, whatever you want to call them. And so you can keep a running list of names in here, people you need to follow up on. What do y'all think? Excited?
Everybody's going to be rocking it out of the park in 2020. It's not going to be called the Roaring 20s for nothing, right? I noticed one of the bars in our town is having a Rory's 20 party on New Year's Eve now this year, of course.
Oh,
going back 100 years.
Yeah, we should not wear drop waist dresses. Nobody looks good in those.
I don't know. Jen might disagree. I don't know, Jen. What do you think about drop waist dresses? Right?
My comment about that is they wanted a different silhouette than most body types.
There you go.
Yes. Yeah, not the most flattering, but hey, whatever.
So remember, you have 2 more sessions of your winter engagement camp. It's once a month for the December and January and February. We did share those dates at the beginning, but I think it's worth saying them here at the end of the video. And for those of you that are on the replay as well, we have got the daytime and the evening session. So in January 2020, your daytime session is the 28th, and the Friday night session in January is the 24th. And you'll get a message to RSVP for your date like you did for this one. And then February, so in February we'll be planning for March. And so your February, the 21st is the evening engagement time, and the 25th is your Tuesday daytime engagement time. So you could, even though you haven't done a ManyChat response yet, you could certainly mark that on your calendar for the sake of planning. So you're actually getting, like we said earlier, the 15 hours instead of the 12 hours, and breaking it down to one session at a time, which just seems so much easier to digest, doesn't it? Terry's like, yeah. And Tammy, for those of you that have been on the marathons before, yeah. So
Absolutely much easier. The 3 months in one shot was just like information overload.
it's good feedback, yeah. Yeah. And look at how many people are on the day, so that's a great call, Michelle.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, I mean, the fun thing about the weekend was we just got to know each other so well. By the end, we like had all sorts of inside jokes and we're giggling at each other. Usually by the end, someone had told a dirty joke. But like, we were very silly. But hopefully you'll like build a relationship over 3 months, and I hope you like work with each other inside the Facebook group and continue to get to know each other and keep connecting there. So hopefully.
Awesome.
Okay. Royanna, thank you so much for all your help. Ladies, I'm super excited to see your sheets. Oh, okay. So the lives is on sale for 50% off. The 101 lives. Let's do this just really, really fast. Can you go to the group and put a testimonial box?
Yep.
And come back up with a post here. So one of the things we do is if you do a testimonial around this camp, then we give away a $50 gift certificate to one of the gals who did that. So we'll just give you the next 30 minutes to do it, and then we'll announce it at the bottom of the testimonies who won that, and you can use that on a future product. Okay, and you'll have 30 days to use it. I can't believe I forgot to do that. I was going to totally do that. Okay, you probably saw a message go out, an email go out. Royanna, if she hasn't already, she'll be posting them in the groups. The lives and videos is half off, and the parties is half off. The party success.
Virtual parties, yeah.
Party success. Okay.
I heard something the other day. I don't know if anybody would find it helpful. A website called Yay Text. It's YAY Text, and you can actually type a phrase in there, and it has just a huge long list of all different fonts and everything. If you copy it, it'll actually paste into Facebook. And I used it in my last party. And so I had all these funky texts in my posts.
What's it called again?
Yay Text, YAYTEXT.com.
And it's different fonts
Different fonts
to put in your posts.
to put in your posts.
Gotcha.
I have seen people with different fonts, and I've wondered how they've done that, but typically that's been on Instagram. The only one I've seen do it on Facebook so far has been Jessica Johnson with Tupperware. So cool. So here is the into the group, and I did mark it as an announcement, so it'll be at the top in the camp group for you to share your sentiments, which are oh so appreciated and might be used elsewhere.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to stop the recording.